myth, the legend, King Arthur himself, Charlie Hunnam! Hello. Hi guys.
Very happy this is some jazz.
I know, right? You actually can sit. It's a nice change of pace from some other ones, I'm sure. Charlie, you grew up obsessing over the 1981 movie Excalibur, which John Borman directed. A great retelling of this story.
Ago, lying in bed, watching Excalibur. I just had another spin on it. It actually holds up. I mean, not so much the special effects, but the narrative certainly does. It's a very nice thought. I mean, you know, yeah, it's nice. I mean, I think it's a really great message, ultimately, in this film, you know. The idea that if you dig deep and have the courage to confront your inner demons and darkest fears, that you can move past that and, you know, ascend to the better version of yourself. I was told the story a few times this week, but it's become acutely aware recently of the sense of disillusionment with the youth. I have a brother who's much, much younger than me. I'll try to get through the story before Guy heckles me.
No, it's too late, mate. This is already going on far too long.
I'll make it quick. My little brother, really, really smart kid, much, much younger than me, and he just graduated university, in the top 3% of the country, studying genetics, and I was obviously terribly proud of him, being his big bro. So I called him and said, you know, I couldn't be there. So I called him and said, I'm so proud of you, congratulations. And he turned around, said, pretty dismissive, and said, yeah, maybe I'll be able to get a job in McDonald's now. So, I mean, kind of, I tried not to laugh too, but ultimately, I mean, it was sort of heartbreaking. So, you know, again, I think there is a very, very positive message in here.
Djimon, if sorry about that, Guy. I'm not going to answer another question about Charlie. Djimon, if Charlie was a 10 on the 1 to 10 scale of kind of King Arthur obsessives as a kid, what score would you give yourself? Did you care about this story?
I may be somewhere around 2. No, because, you know, I mean, frankly, I wasn't born here. I was born in a completely different culture. I was in Africa. I grew up, you know, eventually got to France when I was 12 years old. So my awareness to King Arthur came much later, and 15, 16, 17. So my notion of King Arthur, well, almost, you know, sort of felt real to me at the time, because of some of those.
He was good at the job, so that's why he got the job.
I don't want you to think that that was reductive anyway. I mean, if you're worried about that, just rest assured. I took that in the right way.
That wasn't reductive. Anyway, sorry, the next question.
The next question was...
See, I like to keep my answers short, Charlie.
Right, I like that. No, the next question was going to be, you kind of answered it, was going to be what flipped the switch and let you think that he actually would be a good hero for you?
Well, about half an hour ago when Charlie and I were lying in bed together, watching the Borman movie, there were just no regrets. I knew I chose the right man.
Djimon, I want you to complete a sentence for me, because you've worked with people from Steven Spielberg to Michael Bay to Ridley Scott. So finish this sentence. Of all the directors I've ever worked with, Guy Ritchie is the most
dynamic and most fun on set and most intimidating at the same time.
Why intimidating?
Because he's
got a big willy.
Vision. I did not see it, but yeah.
Charlie, can you attest?
No comment.
Do you aim to be fun, Guy, or intimidating, or a bit of each?
The thing is about making films is they go on for so long now. The first film I made took 6 weeks to make, six weeks to write, 6 weeks to make, and 6 weeks to edit. And these things this is 3 years in the making now. So when you embark on these, I'm looking for a fancy word for massive, but I'll stick with massive project. You want to make sure that you have a good time, and you want to make sure that you pick your team that are going to enjoy the ride. So we try and have as much fun as we can, because otherwise, you know, life's just too short. So we do make a conscious effort to have as much fun as we can.
My favorite thing to do is to do a talk with actors and filmmakers after an audience has actually seen the movie, because we can talk about all these great specific moments and scenes that you all have seen. And there's so many that I want to ask you about. The moment where Arthur pulls...
Yes.
Take yes for an answer.
Really? Why?
Because otherwise it's going to go on forever.
I kind of want to hear about it.
I did a lot of push-ups leading up to that day. And it's funny, we had this whole big montage planned out of pull-ups and push-ups and heavy bag, like a proper little Rocky montage. And then that whole business was just me trying to stay in the zone between takes. And that's ultimately what Guy wanted to use in the film.
So once you've shot that, and obviously you're in great shape for the whole movie, but you don't have your shirt off again. Once you've shot that one moment, like, what's for dinner that night?
Me.
You wish. Yeah, everything.
Right. I should hope so. Well, speaking of montages, and one thing that I had to ask you about, Guy, when we talked last week, how cool is that montage at the beginning of the movie where you see Arthur?
Excalibur, you know, historically, I think in a lot of the tellings of the Arthurian legend, Excalibur is simply a symbol of the true heir. But Guy had wanted to make it more like almost like a conduit to the subconscious, the inner demons, the collective unconscious. And so we had some discussions about what the significance of that would be and what Arthur would experience. But it's funny, you know, I've been asked about that scene a lot, and because it is such a significant moment in the film and in the mythology. But in terms of my preparation, all I really had to do was walk up and pull the sword out. There wasn't a big dialogue, there wasn't a lot of action, there wasn't really an enormous amount to prepare for. So, to be honest, it wasn't a scene that I really thought an enormous amount about going in.